a bunch of people have taken plea deals, the first of which was Gunna.
I'm glad you brought this up. I've been waiting until I was hoping that you brought this up because, you know, I was on his side with that. And they even Boosie commented under one of them to me and was like, no, 600, that nigga told he a rat.
No, Boosie went ballistic.
Yeah, but this my thing. I have been in a group conspiracy before.
Okay.
Me personally. And I wasn't the head of the case. So.
Conspiracy like a RICO or just an overall conspiracy?
Just a drug conspiracy. So it's
got
kind of, you know what I'm saying? That one's racketeering. This one just strictly, you know, we were selling drugs, whatever.
Yeah.
Now, in my situation, I didn't plead out right away until my cousin gave me the okay. See, I was the only person that got caught in the drug raid with crack in my pocket, so I was not beating that charge. But I still held out, and like they put us in different pods, and my cousin keeps sending notes, tell him, don't plead, don't cop out, because if he cop out, it's gonna look like that we automatically guilty or whatever. We'll tell them, wait until we get to the end, till they all bring it down. And that's what I set for like 8 months until they was just finally like, all right, he was like, yeah, I'm finna take this, cuz go ahead and plead to possession with intent. Cool. Now, with the Gunna shit, the world pick and choose because all them niggas took that same plea to...
A bunch of YSL dudes took pleas.
A bunch of them took a plea that pled guilty to being in a gang.
Yes,
that's why
a criminal organization, and Gunna said he admitted that YSL is a gang.
See, but
in court.
They didn't have the same energy for everybody else after Gunna. See, Gunna, to most people, Gunna is equivalent to Thug on the music side, even though Thug is way bigger, and that's his little man's, like on the music side.
Jordan and Pippen.
You feel me?
Yeah, Pippen took the plea deal. Jordan's still in jail.
But what I didn't get about that, I've seen plenty of people take a plea deal. Why the hell did the judge make him say that verbally out his mouth? Like, yeah, like, so you're basically agreeing that this is a gang of woo-woo. I would have had to been like, whoa, hold on. Because that I don't never see that happen. When you take your plea, you sit there and you plead guilty, and the judge, and you have sentencing about a week later or some shit like that, and then it go from there. They made him, it's like...
Yeah, they're parading him.
Yeah, it's like they made him do the worst of the worst, because to the world, you told. Like, then it's people like me that understand it, but I also said, like, he would have been wrong if he just took the plea without talking to Thug or the rest of everybody else and being in cahoots.
Listen, I talked to his lawyer multiple times about this. His lawyer is adamant that the deal that he put together for Gunna does not hurt anybody else.
It doesn't.
It can't be, even though he said YSL is a gang and I've seen criminal activities
and also
in furtherance of the gang.
Did that.
He said that particular, in a state RICO case, that cannot be used against the other people on the case, as well as the trials progress. He said that if he ever does get called to the stand, he is going to plead the fifth. Because, and people say, oh, but that's only over self-incrimination. He goes, not exactly, because there's always the chance of this state case becoming a federal RICO case. So therefore, anything he says could potentially be picked up by the federal, by the feds, and therefore be used to self-incriminate him. So therefore, he could plead the fifth on everything. Yeah. But perception is a motherfucker, because to people like Boosie, they can care less about the details.
Exactly.
And, you know, the internet and people, whatever, you know, I mean, shit, Lil Durk even dissed him on a song.
We don't know.
I mean, it sounds like
it,
but
we don't know. Gunna. But it's just like,
he said what happened to Virgil, he probably gonna tell. And that was Gunna's song, What Happened to Virgil. So.
With him and that's they song together.
And Durk, right. So, you know what I'm saying? Like,
But still, I just don't find it fair. I'm not taking up for Gunna, none of that shit like that. Like, I still don't. He didn't get up there and snitch on Thug in no type of way. He went up there and pled guilty to what he was wrong of. Right. And he can't beat it. So it's like, shit, go ahead. And he came home. That shit like, well, but all the rest of them did it and nobody. So once he did it, everybody Gunna, all right. Had the same energy for all the rest of them niggas that took that same plea.
Well, Boosie has that same energy for all those people.
But that's why I fuck with. That's why I say I fuck with Boosie.
Boosie has exactly the same. He said they should all go on a rat tour.
Like, you know,
the whole nine. Yeah. I mean, listen. And what's weird about this case also is that the type of probations that they're giving out, 15 years probation?
You know,
I've never even heard of that before.
No, it's they must hang themselves.
Motherfuckers,
rope.
triple life probation. Like
No, because rope here. Like, we're going to give you 20 years of paper, so we know you're going to keep coming back. Matter of fact, with the probation, and you fuck up the first time you go to prison, then with your original number over your head,
Exactly.
like what happened with me. And then you go from there, but they still got you. They still got you in their system. They still got you. So it's like, I'm not taking all that fucking probation time, bro. Like, and niggas like Gunna in them shoes, I get it. You rich, you wealthy, you can more than likely stay out of trouble, but then they gonna probably want to lock you up for smoking weed, traveling without permission, all the same shit I went to jail for. Like, you know what I'm saying? I never was really catching no other charges. But it's like, that's just, they give you the rope to hang yourself with that probation shit. It's a setup. And all of them sitting taking 10 years, 8 years, probation.
No, one of them got 15 years. 15-year probation. Yes. Honestly, I've never even heard of that. Like, I'll be honest. Boosie's heard of that during our conversation, but I've never heard of 15-year probation, especially when there's no time served. Like, it's, I can imagine doing a murder and getting out and getting 15 years probation. But
after you did 15 years.
After you already did 15 years.
Like,
okay, that kind of makes sense. Like, okay, you got 30 years. We're going to let you out halfway and give you 15 years probation. But to get locked up, never have to go to trial, and be let out with 15 years probation, like, damn, like, if you're 30, you're on probation until you're 45. Like, that's crazy.
Shit, I was just on papers from 20 to 30, so the whole 20s.
Like, so you had 10-year probation?
Yeah, I had. And
how many times did you violate that?
I had 5 years. The charge was 10 years. They cut in half to 5, and they waited until I was a month out for finishing and reimposed my original sentence. So just they stacked up all the bullshit I did, traveling, smoking, whatever, dirty UAs. They waited and let me think I was about to be done, and was like, oh, come to revocation court. We got violation report this long, we just gonna send you to prison and how you restart it. So I went, so it's like I did the 10 because they railroaded me for the whole 5 probation and then sent me to prison. So